As you can see on the website, it says generate engaging AI videos in minutes. We're going to show you how to make a free AI avatar. As you can see from the example down below, you can see one of these types of videos and another one where there's an avatar, a person speaking in a video. That's what we're going to create here. So let's walk you through step by step now that you know what we're doing. If you want to find the Virbo AI, you can also search in Google, and then at the top of the search results right now, you should find Wondershare Virbo, generating engaging AI videos in minutes. Click this or click the AI avatar video to be taken to the website. I'm now going to close that browser window or that tab, because we don't need it because I've now walked you through what this is. As you can see, there are a few versions of Virbo. You have the desktop version, mobile, or online. Because I'm accessing this online and it's not specific to a device, we're going to select the Virbo online. Let's select this right now. Brilliant. This is where we're going to create our AI avatar video. As you can see, there is Generate AI Video Free. We're going to select this. This is the free version that we're going to use right now. So there's just another option for you to click that button. Now there's a sign in or a create an account. If you already have an account, you can sign in with that account. If you don't remember it, then of course you might want to start from fresh. Because it's our first time visiting Wondershare Virbo, we're going to click Google and sign in with a Google account so that we can come back nice and easy as long as we success. We're on the inside. And as you can see, we're already being given examples of avatar videos that we can create right now. So let's create one. You can see it says click here to start creating 300 plus ultra-realistic AI avatars. Now this being free is extremely valuable. We've tested other AI avatar creations and we found that many of them can be paid at some points. But here, this is saying it's free. So let's see how far we can go with this free version of an AI avatar video. I want to click here to start with this avatar as an example. It says, select an AI script. So what do you want the video to be about? Let's have a look at what's currently trending because we'll make something towards one of those topics. If we go into Google, we can have a look around Google and maybe find something that's trending. And right now there will be Wimbledon because Wimbledon is currently on. And this tennis competition is very popular, especially with the media. So we're going to make something about Wimbledon 2024. So right here, there is an AI script. It says select AI script, powerful AI capabilities for enhanced productivity. Let's select this. It says, click here to apply effect. No need to copy. Your changes will be automatically applied to the script. Click here to export video. Support multiple browsers and operations. You will also have the capability to clone yourself and use a cloned version of you as an avatar in this application. So if you wanted to use your likeness inside of the Virbo Wondershare AI, you can do that. Or you can alternatively do what we're going to do in this tutorial and use an avatar that has already been created for you to use. So you can use somebody who looks realistic, who isn't yourself. But just to let you know, you can use yourself as the model for the AI to use. Let's select Create Video. As you can see, we have an AI video right here. We have a female on screen and this is recommended. You can select different backgrounds and more. Let's see what we can do here. So as you can see, we have an avatar already, but there are a few down below that we can select from. Let's have a look through to see what different types of avatars we have. So depending on what type of audience you're trying to target, you might want to try to make your avatar look like your audience. That could help you with your engagement because it might be feeling more of a familiarity kind of feeling, helping with engagement for the type of audience you're trying to target. Or you can go for a more exotic approach and try for something that doesn't look like your audience, and that might keep them engaged out of curiosity. Let's scroll through a little bit to see what we've got. So maybe a sports anchor or somebody who's very sporty looking might be what we want to do for a tennis tournament. Wimbledon is a tennis tournament. Sometimes you might have a sports anchor who might be in a suit, somebody who's doing sort of professional promotion. Or do you want somebody who's casual? It depends what type of look and feel you're going for your type of video. And remember that for when you're selecting your AI avatar. Now we're going to go for somebody who might be sporty, but there are a few sections that can help you filter the types of avatar here. You can see you have female, male, and more. If we press that button, there are more options, or we can scroll. Right now, we've just been interrupted by a promotional offer. It says, welcome gift, temporarily free. 120 seconds worth of video credits have been credited to your account. 300 plus AI avatars, 300 plus voices and languages, and massive creative resources. Create now. So you might get this promotional offer if you get started with Virbo today. Try this out just in case you might want to get this deal. So have a look to see if this deal is available to you as well. It's temporarily free to get all of those free credits, which means more video creation for free. Just another side note, if you hover over the create video, you can see there are two types of video you can create. You can create a landscape 16:9, which is a full screen video, or you can alternatively create a portrait video known as a vertical video, which is a rectangular TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels type of video. We're going to create a landscape video for this example. Right, so let's select an avatar that we want to use in our Wimbledon type of video here. You can see that we have a few options available, and you can scroll gently and make sure you don't scroll too hard, because if you're using a Mac, as you can see, the page is moving there. If I scroll too hard in the wrong direction, it will take me to the previous page and I have to restart the process. Don't do that if you have a trackpad available. I've just done that and it took me back to a previous page where I had to sign in all over again. So remember, if you're on Mac, that can happen. So let's make our selection. For this one, we're going to go for something to do with marketing, because we want maybe a pundit or somebody who's talking about Wimbledon as a sport. We're going to select Gabriel in this example because I like the way Gabriel looks. I think it's going to be perfect for our Wimbledon type of video. So there are quite a few things that you can do inside of the editor for free. As you can see, we have our avatar that has been selected for us, but we can select from different avatars, and you can filter the type of avatar that you can select. For example, by gender. Right now we're in the marketing section, so these are the types of avatars that you can have that have a marketing feel. As you can see, they are in business suits, and there are a variety that you can select from. If we go to news, you might have something similar to marketing, because as you know, news presenters and anchors wear suits, ties, and formal wear, and you can see that example right here. Education, you'll have something that looks like teachers, and then of course you can scroll through the other options being female, male, and more. Right now we're going to select this one right here, Raphael, the business wearing clothing person, and we're going to use that avatar for our Wimbledon video, as I feel that this is a very Wimbledon anchor, sports anchor kind of look. As well as your selected avatar, you can also select different backgrounds for your avatar that's speaking. If we select backgrounds here from the left-hand side, now do keep in mind that you will have a different interface depending on which device you're using, even when using this online version of Virbo. We're now on Windows. I was originally on Mac. I've now switched to Windows, and as you can see, it looks slightly different. Things are in a different place inside of the online editor. So we are going to select a background now. I just wanted to quickly point that out. You can use realistic backgrounds or some motion graphics. You can see that from the motion graphics, you can select different ones like this. Let's just give you an example of the different types of motion graphics you can put in the background. You can have something that's more casual, or you can have a realistic setting like so. And you also have the filters up above, so you can select something that suits your needs. For example, you have e-commerce here, business, 3D, and more. In this example, we're going to select this one right here. Although it's not sports-like, I think it's quite simple in its design, and that would definitely help us when talking to those who are interested in Wimbledon, as it's quite straightforward, the sport. When looking at it, the aesthetic is either green or something that is quite plain or minimalistic. There's not too much going on the court. It would be brilliant if we had a court background, but we can't find a tennis court background for now. But I know that Wimbledon fans, enthusiasts of tennis, like things to be minimalistic because that's the way the game looks, and that's why I've gone for a minimalistic background here. Now the text is also something that you can edit. If we select the text on the screen, we have the on-screen controls, which is very helpful, and you can drag, drop, and reshape and resize things by using the on-screen buttons right here. I'm holding my click on the edge right there to resize and reshape, or I can hold on the text itself and move it around on screen. being above the head would make more sense. But if you want a more immersive sort of feeling, and what I mean by immersive is something that keeps you engaged for a long time and doesn't take your eyes away from the avatar who's talking, then of course you can remove this text. But you can select a variety of styles of text if this is something that you want to do, including changing the font. You can change the font and of course exactly what it says. In this example, we're going to delete the subtitle by tapping the bin over the subtitle right here. If you want to add some more text, you can always go to the text on the side menu here. Remember, this might look different depending on which device you're using the online Virbo AI with, but you can select text from the menu on the side and then you can find some more text. And of course, if you want to delete it, you can go back and press that bin once it's been added, like so. So I'm just going to add some text and then I'm going to remove the text. Actually, before I remove it, let's just change it, just to let you know that you can change the text on screen. And when you're ready, if you want to get rid of it, you can always do so. As well as the background, you can also add some music. So by selecting music right here, you will find that you can actually select different music to use in your video. Now, here's the thing. If you're uploading to a specific social media website and you want to keep things copyright free, I do advise that you might want to add the music later on, maybe with a free video editor, as this will help you avoid any copyright issues that you might face later on. But you do have the option to add any music to your video. For example, and again, you can use the filters inside of the Virbo AI to select a type of music that suits your needs. Now, we would want something that's more business-like because we're going for a news anchorish kind of sports pundit, somebody who is reporting on the Wimbledon tennis tournament. So we want something that's more maybe casual, formal kind of feeling, just talking about the sport from maybe a casual, slightly informal point of view. So maybe talking about the stats or the performance of one of the tennis players in the tournament or something that's happened in the tournament. So maybe having beautiful sky sounds like the type of thing that you might have here, but you can also use the filters to find the type of music that you're looking for. For example, technology is also available. In this example, we're not going to use any music. We're going to use the voice of our avatar instead. You can also import pieces of media here, and it says click to upload files and unleash the magic. Supported upload format is PNG, picture files, JPG, another picture file, WebP, which is web page file, and a lot more. And you can see the different types of audio as well, and video, including MOV QuickTime files, MP4, that you can use in your video here. So if you have some music that you want to add to your video that might be copyright free, maybe from the YouTube music library, you can actually add this right here. So you can download it from YouTube and then drag it in, drag the file into this section and add it to your video. And then you will know that your video is copyright free if you're uploading to YouTube. Do keep in mind that the YouTube sound library will not be copyright on other places sometimes, such as TikTok. So keep that in mind when you're using music from the YouTube library. And I don't want to skip over these stickers, so you can also add stickers to your video, and these are the type of stickers that you can add right here. 50% right here is a brilliant one if you're talking about any sales promotions, maybe of some products that you've created on Etsy or something that you're selling on an e-commerce website or your own website. You can actually create these videos and have something like this, which has a motion with it, and you can preview that motion as well. Don't forget, you can also preview your video by pressing play, just to preview what's being done here. Now, there is some text that has been added for the AI to say, and that might... Welcome to Wondershare Virbo. Generate engaging AI video in minutes. As you can see, we've had a voice right there, and the AI model was not moving his lips or making any motion. That's because we haven't exported just yet, and we're not doing a full preview, but you can preview the sound, and that's what we've done just there. So it didn't make any of the motion move at the moment. So we're going to get rid of the sticker to begin with, because we don't want the sticker for the type of video that we're creating, but just to let you know that that is there as well. Is there something that suits what we really want? Festive atmosphere. Let's go through a little bit more. We have emojis. Now, that will be too informal for what we want to make here, so I'm going to leave that for now. Now let's get into that AI voice, that very important AI voice. What do we want our AI avatar to say? That's what we're going to do next. So we're going for a current trending topic, which is Wimbledon 2024, because Wimbledon 2024 is currently on. So of course it's going to be trending, especially here in the UK, as that's where it's played. So let's get into that and let's show you how you can change what your AI avatar is going to say, because there are a variety of voices. First, let's get into typing what we want the avatar to say. And then that will allow us to see the articles that are currently trending. It's gone up in search since earlier on. It was 100,000, now 200,000 searches on Google. So if you want to rank with your video via Google, this is a brilliant way to start doing that. Or maybe you want to upload that to YouTube. So right here, this is a different search, but we have our articles right here. Preview of Day 1 Championships, a brilliant article to use. Let's just go in there and I'm going to take some of the information from the page. Now do keep in mind, I don't advise you to do that. If you want to create something for your avatar to say, do try to be original so you don't face any issues, but you're making a video format which could help you, right? So let's get into this and let's try and make something to do with Wimbledon 2024. Here's some advice. If you want to rank for the word Wimbledon, use it in what your video says. This could help you. Maybe you want to add captions later on to your video. This could help you when ranking your video. So let's just copy and paste some of that information for now, because we're doing this for an example. It's talking about the warmest of starts of the championship, and we want Wimbledon 2024 at the beginning of what's being said. So once you've written what you want your avatar to say, you can then begin to change the voice, and you can play scripts right here. First, we're going to select the type of voice that we want. So if we tap here, you can see that we have a variety of voices. Now we're targeting the UK tennis enthusiasts. So we want a British voice in this example. So let's get into the language and see if we can go for a specific dialect of English, because of course English, there are different dialects. If we select English here, you can see we have English USA, which is American, and if we scroll through you can see we also have English UK. Now this is a female, we have a male avatar. So if you want to keep things, you know, not to be discriminative, but if you want to keep things looking less jarring for the viewer or less surprising, and you want to keep that immersion, try to keep things consistent with your avatar. So I know that this is looking like a male, so I'm going to pick a male voice. So in this one, I'm going to go for Tom. Let's play Tom's voice to have a listen.
Wondershare Virbo. Easy to use, no need to shoot. Make international marketing videos in seconds.
Let's play James.
The fox has many tricks. The hedgehog has but one. But that is the best of all.
And then let's also listen to one of the American voices here. This is Soda.
Wondershare Virbo. Easy to use, no need to shoot. Make international marketing videos in seconds.
I also let you know that you can also clone a new voice, which is an option. So if we select clone a new voice, you can actually use your own voice or upload files to clone a voice here. There are also some terms that you might want to read through, but do keep in mind we're using a free version, so this might not be available to you. You can also clone your face to use with the avatar, and that's something that you can also do, clone yourself into the Virbo AI. So we're going to go back from here because we're not going to do that today. We're going to use the free version, not using too many credits, and then we're going to use the avatar voice that I've just selected, which should be right here, which was Tom. So Tom is what we're going to select, and that's what we're going to use for this avatar. Let's play the script to have a listen, because we can still make some changes.
Wimbledon 2024. Update. The warmest of welcomes to the start of the 137th Championships at Wimbledon. A fascinating-looking edition already bathed in plenty of intrigue, some still to be resolved, about who or who may not be at the ball.
Now, I feel like that doesn't match our avatar. If you want to go back and change your avatar, you can go into clicking your avatar and it will automatically populate the menu on the left-hand side. Think of this as your inspector window. If you're into video editing, you know what I mean. It's basically where you can make changes to things that you've selected on screen. And as you can see right now, we can just select somebody new so that our voice matches. I want to make sure that the voice matches so it isn't too off-putting for the viewer. So that was a bit of a mature voice, and the avatar we had was a little bit young-ish looking compared to the voice that we have. But I also want to make it more casual and less formal. So let's try and find something more casual. So there's nowhere casual here. that could be more towards what we're looking for here. He's not too formal. He looks like he might be into Wimbledon. No other doctor, because he's a doctor, it's not going to be something that we're looking for here. And the blogger, this is something that might work because he looks slightly mature. He looks like he might have that voice. But you can also have a fixed back avatar as well. If we select fixed back, it's normally when they have a background to them as well. But you can see that we can change the avatar quite easily. You can actually change the pitch of the voice and more. So we're going to do that right now because we currently have a raspy voice for our avatar. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out of the avatar now to select the background, just to deselect that. Go over to the script where it says Tom. Make sure we're just selecting Tom again so we can have the options to change what's here. And at the moment, this voiceover cannot be modified. So do keep in mind, we've selected like voiceovers, you might not be able to modify them. If I select James, do we have the option to modify James? Again, this is not an option. So it might be available later on. Keep that in mind that you can edit the pitch, speed and volume of a voiceover. Right now, we're stuck with the type of voice that we've got selected. We're not stuck, but we've made a selection and we can't make any modifications to that voice. So let's preview the video and what we've got so far. Right in the top right hand corner, we can select preview. Let's have a look.
Wimbledon 2024 update. The warmest of welcomes to the start of the 137th Championships at Wimbledon. A fascinating-looking edition already bathed in plenty of intrigue, some still to be resolved, about who or who may not be at the ball.
So what you may have noticed right now is dynamic lip and action previews are not available for avatars. Export video to view the final result. So at this moment in time, when using Virbo, you cannot see your avatar moving its lips and talking those words. It might be available later on, but I wanted to point this out to you as well, just in case you're wondering if you could have a look at what your avatar finished video is going to look like beforehand. You can't. So we're going to export the video right now to see what that looks like. Let's take a look.
Update. The warmest of welcomes to the start of the 137th Championships at Wimbledon. A fascinating-looking edition already bathed in plenty of intrigue, some still to be resolved, about who or who may not be at the ball. Wimbledon 2024.
I'm going to turn down the audio there on that video, but as you can see, we now have our video creation. You can also see there is a watermark in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. But if you're very smart, you can take this video and you can crop it so it's vertical. That way, you have a vertical avatar video that isn't watermarked. And that's one way you can save some money when creating your avatar video here, because you won't have any watermarks in this vertical crop of this video. You can see the result as well with the avatar now moving and speaking our words about Wimbledon 2024. Just a very quick Wimbledon video that you can use to start to rank for the word Wimbledon 2024 or Wimbledon, which is currently trending, which could help your video rack up some views. And you could do this again and again to create even more videos on similar topics to begin to build your faceless brand. Maybe you have a faceless YouTube channel or something of the sort, and you can do this right now. I like the result of what this is, and I want to download it by selecting a download button. It was done very quickly, smoothly. There was no issues there when I was creating this type of AI video inside of Virbo. So there are some more options for you to play around with your AI written script. Now we've written the script already. We've copy and pasted this from online. So let's change it a little bit using the features available on Virbo. You can see you have AI script here, this little button. Let's zoom in a little bit just to show you what this is. AI script. As well as this, you also have AI translation. So if you wanted to translate to a different language, maybe there is another country who is interested in Wimbledon and they don't have things translated into their language. You can then translate this English written AI script into that language. Let's tap on that just to show you what languages are available. So as you can see, we have Wimbledon 2024 update and everything that our AI avatar has just read out with our finished exported piece. We can actually select a target language and change it to another language right here. So let's look at where else Wimbledon is currently trending and maybe translate to that language. With what we've currently written, we're going to look for Italian. Let's search for Italian. We have Italian right here. Let's select that and let's translate our script into Italian. Now there's not a lot written, but we've just really simply and quickly translated that to Italian as an example. Let's apply this change to the AI. Now our AI script has been translated to Italian. There is also the AI script. So let's select AI script right now. You can see there are a few things that we can make changes to, but we will be using credits when making these changes. Just letting you know that it also is available. You can input commands to generate the script for your video in seconds. And you can see an example of the different things that you can write here to change what you want it to say or sound like. So you can change the tone, make it shorter, make it more professional, expand it, which means it will write some more. You can rewrite what you've written, so it will use different words. Of course, if you're copying and pasting from an article, you might want to rewrite. And then you want to, of course, you can change the tone, for example, happier. And there's a few things that you can do to your AI script. We're now in Italian, so we've now changed the language. So you might want to do this with the language that you better understand. So now we've taken our script and we've translated it into Italian. We've also shown you how you can also change a few things. You can also input the script by talking into the AI. I'm just going to make a space between Wimbledon and 2024 there, just so it does make a space between those two words. We now have an Italian written script. Just wanted to show you how this works. You can play the script to have a listen as well. Let's have a listen. It also says the voiceover script is in Italian and does not match the voiceover language. Please adjust the voiceover. So one thing we didn't remember to do was to change the language of the voiceover. You cannot have an English speaking voiceover and then of course have it in Italian. Let's modify and find an Italian voice. So we need to look for a new voice. And by doing that, it's actually beneficial because you don't need to search for it. You can actually just select modify and then the language is given for you. So if you want to be a slight little bit lazy, you can do that. Let's have a listen to, we have Jennifer as Bruce. Let's have a listen to Bruce.
Wondershare Virbo. Facile da usare, non c'è bisogno di sparare. Realizza video di marketing internazionale in pochi secondi.
We also have Jim.
Wondershare Virbo. Facile da usare, non c'è bisogno di sparare. Realizza video di marketing internazionale in pochi secondi. Aggiornamento Wimbledon 2024. Il più caloroso benvenuto all'inizio della 137ª edizione dei campionati di Wimbledon. Un'edizione affascinante già ricca di grandi speranze, alcune ancora da risolvere, su chi potrebbe o non potrebbe partecipare.
And it could also be fairly easy for you to change your avatar accordingly. So if we select our avatar right now, we can just quickly select somebody else. And then we can also just change the background just like that, using the same script, everything else just nice and easy. And that's a way that you can make your AI avatar videos. Just make those changes super quick. And you've just seen me do that just there in a few clicks. Nice and easy, changing things around accordingly. Look at that. This one here as well. It's motion graphic. Now, because I've also given you the points out that you can actually crop things out, let's select something. Ooh, there's an actual green screen. So if you want to actually use your avatar later on, and you can chroma key that out, that is brilliant. So you can chroma key your avatar, right? Use that audio and then use your own background later on. That is a huge feature that you definitely want to have a look at. Let's quickly have a look at subtitles to see what the subtitles look like. And right here, you can have subtitles at the top of the screen. That's also very useful. But if you're cropping, then you want to make sure that that fits inside the crop that you might want to do later on. So if you're adding any subtitles, do think about that. I'm not going to add subtitles in this one, but just letting you know that that is also available. Let's export this version of our AI avatar video made in Virbo. So as you can see, our video is now complete. Let's take a look.
Aggiornamento. Wimbledon 2024. Il più caloroso benvenuto all'inizio della 137ª edizione dei campionati di Wimbledon, un'edizione affascinante già ricca di grandi speranze, alcune ancora da risolvere, su chi potrebbe o non potrebbe partecipare.
So what makes this extremely impressive is that if you look at the AI avatar's edges, you know that the chroma key, the green screen that you are going to apply to this image when you're trying to remove the green is going to be extremely effective because all of the edges are solid. There is no hair hanging off. There is nothing that is stringing off our AI avatar here. So creating the effect removing the green is going to be really, really easy. The edges are very sharp as well. Everything matches as well. I've selected an avatar that really matches the feeling and the language that we've used here. So I'm going to download that. Very, very impressed with what the Virbo AI has done there. And there are also the templates. So there are templates that you can select from to choose a specific style of AI avatar video. And these are the different templates that are currently available, just to give you an idea of the type of creations you can make right now. We've gone for a full screen video, but there are also the vertical style videos right here that you can create in the same way. And we've just shown you how you can do that. And you can also add all of this promotional material. Maybe you're selling a product or service or talking about something specific. You could always add all of that information to the background or even in different formats of your video here. You can see like the different style of that video there, the avatar on the right-hand side, lots of different boxes and information there. There's a lot that you can play around with inside of Virbo. I'm very impressed with what we have here for free that you can try for free with Wondershare Virbo. Don't forget to check this out yourself and remember to subscribe to the Mr. Money channel right now for more. We've just shown you how you can use the Virbo AI video generator to create a free AI avatar.